Women on average tend to have a cynical expectation of men. It's this posture of, you have to prove to me that you're good enough, while simultaneously expecting that he assumes that you are good enough. Most women aren't coming to this proverbial table acknowledging their faults and saying, this is what I need to work on. Most are coming saying that this is what you need to work on. So even when a woman is encountered with a man who was raised by both parents, there's still an assumption that he has some emotional shortcoming or he doesn't express himself properly. Some women talk to men from a place of emotional or intellectual superiority, and it sets that precedent, and that's what makes him defensive, because now he feels like, oh, what?
Challenging.
You're challenging me, and you're expecting the worst out of me. If men are being asked to have grace for women, do our due diligence to understand all the intricacies of what the woman has been through, even her natural cycles and the whole nine, and how that affects her disposition. There needs to be that work done from the female delegation for men. I'm hearing from men that that's not the case. Women are assuming that they've already done the work.
It's a lot to take in, isn't it?
What does cynical mean again?
Let me read that out. Hold on 1 second.
I think cynical is like a bad word. Is that a bad word?
Kind of. Cynical means believing that people are motivated purely by self-interest, distrustful of human sincerity or integrity. An example of that would be, he was brutally cynical and hardened to every sob story under the sun.
Yeah, I don't agree with him.
How comes?
You're supposed to have expectations of people. If a woman feels that this man or wants this man to be this type of way and has this expectation of a man, it's not your job to live to a woman's expectation. If you feel like you need to live to the woman's expectation, that's not the woman's fault. That's your fault. Because who told you to live to that particular woman's expectation? What you should have been able to say straight away, if you was an emotionally secure and intelligent man, is, I don't live to your expectations. And sometimes with women, their expectations is not cynical. It's actually coming, and let me not say cynical, because I don't really get the word cynical. It's not coming from a bad place. Sometimes it's coming from a good place. It's that the delivery is often shit. And why the delivery is shit is because they're not looking at it from a sensible standpoint. You're looking at it from pure emotion. Sometimes they encourage you in such a way that says to you as a man, you're taking the piss out of me. You're insulting who I am and where I'm from. And that man could be doing well in their industry, but because the woman's belittling what they're doing, because in her mind, she can see that you could be way more, your insecurities kick in. Your insecurities kick in because what you're expecting for her to do is appreciate where you are. And no one said she didn't appreciate where you are. Problem is how you're listening to what she's saying, your interpretation of what she's saying is where you are is not good enough. And that's not what she's saying. She's actually saying what she needs to say to push you to get even higher. Because as far as she's concerned, yes, you're doing great here, but I feel as a woman, darling, you could be here. Problem is that their delivery is not always the best.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Their delivery is not always the best. So, and it sounds like I'm defending women, but I'm not defending women. I'm more of male empowerment. If I have a 1-bedroom shack and I tell you as a woman, this is what I have, and I'm providing, yeah? And you tell me it's not good enough, why are you here with me is my next question. Not, I'm going to go, no. Because if this is how I can provide, if what you're expecting is much more than what I can give, then it means that you and I are not compatible. And I have to make the conscious emotional decision to decide, no, you're not for me. Because respectfully, you can't see where I am. You don't even realize I might be coming from generations that have never owned their place. And I could be the first out of 4 generations of people to finally own this 1-bedroom shack. And you have not respected the fact that this is what it is. And the fact that you haven't respected that means you don't respect me. And if you don't respect me, it means that I can't be with you. But you want to blame a woman for you wanting to meet the expectations of a woman. Forget whether she's come from her parents' house. Forget whether she's come from this or whatever else. Stop placing too much value on women. Take accountability for your own emotions here. Why did you meet her expectations like that? Why? I'm hearing a lot of woman, but I'm not hearing as a man. Because a man is a man. Yeah? In this 1-bedroom shack, 4 of our kids are going to live here. Me, you, and 4. I'll make it work. And if I need to go and get a bigger place, I'll go and do that. You didn't need to tell me that. I already knew that. But it's nice to know that you're thinking the same as me. If where I am is not good enough, leave. Because you're telling me that I'm not good enough. Do you understand that, love? So for me, it's not wrong for women to have expectations. It's not wrong for women to have standards, whether they believe it to be their right or whether they believe it to be not. Because she could turn around and say, I'm worth 100 million. Or in fact, forget she. I could turn around and say, well, in order for me to come on your podcast, for me to talk, it's going to be 10K. Now, in my mind, I could turn around and say, yeah. As far as I'm concerned, that's my expectation. That's what I'm worth. The person that's asking me to come on could turn around and say, come on, fuck you, stupid. Who told you that? You lucky I invited you on. As far as I'm concerned, the studio that you've got, you pay to record. They don't pay. But you know, sometimes you can accept that some people are delusional. And your delusions have led you to believe that I'm going to pay you to come on mine when on your own show, you pay to do your own show. So if I give you 10K, what am I going to gain from giving you 10K? Why would they meet the expectations of what I have of myself? You'd have to be the most stupidest guy in the world or desperate. Woman now comes and says, oh, well, if it's not a 5-bedroom house detached, well, me and you can't, whatever. Motherfucker. Hello, motherfucker. Why have you stopped and sat there and asked yourself, see this 5-bedroom that you're talking about? Where's your 5-bedroom? Have you got 3? Or even 2? Where's all the things that allow you to talk like this? I'm confused. Was you?
The Lulu.
But instead of doing that, because of the tuntun, because you're so mesmerized by the tuntun, and tuntun is power, you are now going to go and rob the bank to go and get that 5-bed. So badly for that tuntun. Did she tell you to do that or did you do that? All she did was set her expectations. Motherfucker, you so stupid. You actually went to go out of your way to go and let's just say you did that now and you got nicked. She done moved on. You now, it's your fault I did it. Motherfucker. Who told you to come and do that? Leave that to the law.
Not the tuntun's good tuntun, you know. I'm not moving mad.
You knew her expectations was the shard. But you always go to Wingwa. But for that tuntun, you broke the bank and maybe stole from your mum to go to the shard. Who told you to do that?
Shout out, Wingwa.
Shout out to Wingwa. If your universe was not good enough for her, why did you continue pursuing? You allowed yourself to be emotionally manipulated, in which case you're not emotionally intelligent. And that emotional intelligence you need Because women naturally are emotionally intelligent without even knowing. Women have a way of talking and maneuvering that can send a man left. Don't even know it. Some of them, they do know it. And the ones that do know it, oh,
Run away.
oh. Some of them unknowingly, you've whispered something you don't even realize, but they realize that what I whispered, the man is registering. He's going to go out and he's going to figure it out. Anything to prove to me that in actual fact he can do it. He wants to be a man for me. And they love that shit. But they don't realize how damaging it is for men. You underestimating women and the power of women, you're a fool. Julius Caesar himself lost an empire because of woman. If one of the most powerful people in Rome can lose because of woman, who is you and I? She better wake up. Nobody told you to do that. And when I'm saying what I'm saying, because I get a lot of guys like, no, not a lot. One guy in particular, Gabz, oh, it's women. You see this thing of accountability? Don't play with me when it comes to accountability loss. I cannot blame a woman for my own actions. I can't blame you for my own actions. Man, I'm man. I blame myself. I've allowed you to believe that your tuntun is so righteous that I've gone to go and rob a bank. Wow. And now I'm in jail. I place so much value in that tuntun, it's bad. I mesmerized myself. So, I hear what you're saying. Women should have expectations. Men also should have their own expectations. And if for some strange reason you can't meet their expectations, why are you killing yourself to get that woman? I know what we've been told to do, which is that when it's time to get a woman, you do everything and more. But respectfully, if you start going out of your way to go and do all of this to go and get the woman, and you get her, to maintain that is the problem. And what will happen later on is she'll turn around and say, what happened to the guy that I met? What happened to the guy from before? This cool guy in the club and Van Boy, yeah, whatever else. Nah, I'm entering your real life and this is what we're really living like. And you don't even realize that that's the way we are manipulative emotionally. Because we'll do everything you need us to do. The shard, birthday presents, sweet talk. Everything is blessed, it's comfortable. Not knowing we're struggling. Because for Tuntun, we found a new power. We'll find an avenue. Even if you couldn't afford that thing, I will also swear to you, we can bump our own friend to afford that thing, just so that we make sure you believe this is the life you're going to live until we grab you. Then you see us where we are. You say, what happened to this guy? As you was doing me, was I not doing you? With all your expectation.
Man, not forget.
What I would love in my heart is that every man approach a woman who they are. But I know sometimes who you are may not suit the woman that you're trying to achieve. In which case you need to adjust who you are until you can get what you ultimately want to get. Tuntun. The power of Tuntun. And them girls, they know, some of them they know so well that before they even give it to you, you've almost bought an island in Ghana. Now, whose fault is that? A woman's fault or your fault?
No, it's your fault.
Take accountability.
Yeah. What about the part where he talks about women? So men are expected to do the work on themselves, and women haven't done the work, or the natural assumption that women have done the work on themselves. So because obviously you said they're naturally emotionally intelligent.
They're not naturally emotionally intelligent.
But the perception is
they're
more emotionally intelligent.
They're more emotional than us, but intelligence is a different thing. They don't always know it. But yeah, go on, sorry.
Yeah, no, so that's what I'm saying. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, a man or a man woman? Are we not designed to lead? So in the leading process, tell me, what are you expecting? The Godfather said it himself. Women and children can be careless, but not men. Women and children can be emotional, but not men. we operate 30% emotion, 70% sense. That 70% sense is what we call mental stimulation. We're mentally astute. We know what we're doing. We know how we're doing it. So no matter how much her emotions go wayward by asking for 5 gram bags and 10 gram bags, we have the mental capacity to deal with those emotions. We then know how to tell you to take the 2 gram bag instead of the 10 gram bag and still make you love us. Because we don't expect you to see the bigger picture all the time. You're not designed to lead the way we are. We're meant to be leaders. The expectation on us is completely different from them. And the moment that you start saying that we both have the same expectations, is the moment that I say that we're both equal. And the reality is that even though the idea of being equal is wonderful, also, are we equal? In an ideal world, yes. But we live in a reality. Also, are we equal? So why do you expect to get the same treatment as women? Why do you expect to get away with the same things that women get away with? You and I go to Dubai tomorrow. I don't think any woman is going to pay for us to drink. I don't think anyone's going to pay for us to have dinner. You and me are 2 baddies. Breast, ass, lips, cute face. I reckon if we go to Dubai, somebody's going to want to buy us a drink. Why are you so eager to be a woman? That's how it works. What do you want to do? We don't have the same expectations. If a woman turns around and says, I've got my own house, I've got this, I've got my own car, I've got my own career, whatever else, you know what we say? We say, well done. Wow. That's amazing. When a man says it, what do we say? Yeah, good job. I mean, what else? What did you, I'm confused. Was you expecting the gold medal or something? What did you do? Because that's what you're required to do. I don't get it. You know? So that one there, stop confusing men and women. But if you want to confuse men and women because you want to make yourselves believe that we're equal, then fair enough. That's up to you. But man and man don't think like that. We understand it for what it is that women are women and men are men.
And that's it.
What do you want to do?
On that one. There, boy. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the love it was shown.
Yeah. No.
Another episode. Is there another batch episode?
There should be.
Okay.
I think Zoe's doing edits and she's trying to make it happen. So there should be.
Hopefully this comes out before the episode. We'll see.
Come on.
Peace.
Come on.